Ariel. All right. And so now we've been learning in great detail, the different levels of the neshama and their interaction, and this key principle of Judaism and of Hasidism in particular, that the mind has to rule over your heart. Everything has to come under the inspection of your mind. Is your mind approved? And so when you're dealing with strong emotional urges, you always have to ask yourself, is this what I want for my life? Is this what Hashem wants for my life? And if not, then you pull in the reins. And if yes, you step on the gas. But it has to be an intellectual thing, not just a passion. Even something that you're passionate about, you can't just do it because you have a passion. You have to do it because your mind says, oh, this is good to do. And this is the principle of Moyach Shalit al Halev. Moyach means your brains, your mind. Shalit rules al Halev on the heart. Particularly in the left side of the heart, because that's where the negative passions come from. The selfish desires. When a person gets angry and starts yelling and screaming, it's all from the left side of the heart. The feelings from the left side of the heart rise up to the mind. And then a person thinks about it, cogitates on it, and comes up with, like we said yesterday, the best speech you'll ever live to regret. Speak in anger. Because that's the animal soul, the Yetzer Hara, that is working in the person. So therefore, it's not so simple that the mind has to rule over the heart. The animal soul also has a mind and is seeking to rule over the heart. So therefore, there's a battle between the godly soul and the animal soul. Miriam Z. Zerdok. And that's not a decision you can make in your heart. Your heart has to fight the battle, but the decision is made in your mind. That's the key point we're up to. Also, we made another very important point, that there's panemius, which is inwardness, and panemius, there are levels and levels. There's panemius, which is inwardness, and there's chitzonius, which is superficiality. Superficial, outer superficialness. We're going through the motions. And everything has this dual relationship between inner and outer. Life and action, if you will. Physical and spiritual. Body and soul. In our character, the soul also has garments. And the garments are what you do, what you say, what you think. These are the clothes, the spiritual clothes that you wear. And then there comes further down the line into the physical world, and your spiritual clothes will be reflected in your physical clothes, the actual garments you choose to buy, what you choose to wear, what you choose not to wear. They reflect your values, they reflect your priorities. Forgive me, did you say a bracha? Amen. So when we say a bracha, we're dedicating the pleasure we're going to get from this physical food to be able to do something better, like teach the class better or learn the subject better. We put a little spin on it that elevates it from just being a physical passion and makes it into something that's good for Hashem and good for us, good for heaven and good for the world. Okay, now in this struggle between the good side and the bad side, the good soul and the selfish soul, the godly soul and the animal soul. In this struggle, a tzaddik, a righteous person, transforms his bad side into a good side. If you think good long enough, the bad actually becomes good. If you fix your mind on it and you don't let your mind wander away even an inch, you can actually transform every negative thing into a positive. That's a tzaddik. The Beinoni, the average person, this is the book of the Beinoni. If you look at him, he looks like a tzaddik. No difference. A very, very righteous person. Never does a sin his whole life. Never. So why isn't he a tzaddik? The answer is because he never transforms, never succeeds in conquering and transforming the animal soul into a godly soul. It always remains as strong as ever. And even though he can chase it away for certain periods of time, like when you daven, it comes as soon as when you finish davening, the holy feelings die down a little bit, and the animal soul comes right back with all its self-centered desires. So then why isn't the person a wicked person? A wicked person makes mistakes. The term wicked is maybe a little misnomer, but that's the term that the Torah uses. The wicked person doesn't do things on purpose. He's not wicked by design. He's wicked by accident. A person borrows money from a friend, needs money to get on the subway or to buy a bagel or a banana, whatever it might be. And he intends he's going to pay back his friend when he gets, next time he gets some money, when he goes to the bank, and he forgets. So he didn't pay back. Is that a good thing? No, it's not. He didn't keep his word. Did he do it on purpose? Is he a thief? No, not a thief. He's a normal human being. It's human. But that's called wicked. Because a wicked person does things that Hashem doesn't want us to do. It says in the Torah, you have to keep your word. And he didn't keep his word. A Beinoni is definitely going to keep his word. A tzaddik for sure will keep his word. Doesn't have a problem doing it. But the Beinoni is going to have a lot of distractions. He's going to have to struggle, but he'll succeed. So that's the difference. The Beinoni isn't the wicked person because he never makes a mistake. The wicked person is always making mistakes, and he always feels bad about it, and he's always trying harder, and his whole life is a struggle. His whole life is a struggle. Doesn't sound so attractive? I can't help it. Don't dream for a minute that that's not what our life is all about, because it is. That's what it's all about. But you mustn't ever get upset. And you mustn't ever despair, because if you keep on working at it, in the end, you might succeed. It says in the Torah, Hashem guarantees, Yogai also, Tommy, if you will work hard, you will surely succeed. So that's the whole picture. The Beinoni, the good side of the Beinoni, here's the banana. You remember to say your bracha. The Beinoni cannot transform his negative soul into a good soul, but he can control what he does. He can control what he says. He can control what he thinks. How can you control what you think? If a thought pops into your head and you know it's not the right kind of thought for you to be having, what are you going to do? It's very powerful. You can't shake it. And the answer is you have to shake it. You have to think about something. How do you shake it? You can't think about two things at once. So you have to think about something else. And this is the real area of challenge in the life of the Beinoni, constantly to be recognizing negative impulses and pushing them away, pushing them out of your mind, like with two hands, like a physical thing. And that's a power that everybody has. We all have it. You want an image of it? There used to be a Spanish-speaking ventriloquist, very popular comedian from South America. I don't know where he was from, maybe from Brazil, maybe from Venezuela, maybe from Argentina, maybe it was from Spain, I don't know. It was called Senor Wenches, Senor Wenches. And he had a box. He was a ventriloquist. He never saw a dummy, he never had a dummy. He had his box, and there was someone in this box with a deep voice, and he would open the box and he would talk to the voice in the box, and if the voice got in, he'd close the door and say, keep him in the box. It's all right, it's okay. That was like famous lines. It's all right, it's okay. Talk to each other. That's what you have to do with your negative impulses. You keep them in the box. Okay, now that we've learned this, very deep thought, that the Beinoni can only control the garments of the soul. He cannot control the essence of the soul. The essence of the negative essence of the animal soul remains full force all the time. Just when you daven, if you daven with a lot of concentration, a lot of feeling, a lot of inspiration, it'll leave you alone for that period. For that period of davening, you're like a tzaddik, or in your case, a tzaddikus. A female tzaddik is called a tzaddikus, right? Not real tzaddikus. Sometimes people tell me I'm a tzaddikus. They're just joking, though. But then after davening, he comes back. But the Beinoni, even though he cannot overcome and transform the negativity in his soul, he can control it, and he controls it through the garments. He doesn't allow the negative soul to express itself. Okay? This is the existential clinch, if you will. The person, like the existentialists write about that the existential hero never wins, but he never gives up. Understand? Now we have to apply this in the last lines of chapter 12. On the bottom of page 188. Everybody have their book? Miriam? 188. Okay. Now we have to apply this to relations between ourselves and other people. All these negative thoughts, they rise up from the heart. They start in the heart, in the left side of the heart, and they rise up and they go to the mind. And if a person experiences a thought that is a resentful thought, you resent somebody else. You have a roommate, very sweet girl, but she doesn't do the dishes. She always leaves her dirty dishes in the sink. And you want to have a cup of tea or coffee, there's not a clean cup to be found in the house. They're all dirty in the sink, and you have to wash them out. Just have a cup of coffee. And you don't say anything. And then eventually you do say something, please, don't leave dirty dishes in the sink. And then you get up the next morning and the sink is full of dirty dishes and you don't have a cup for your coffee. How do you feel? I love my roommate. I love her with all my heart and soul. You push it back. You push it away. As soon as you sense that feeling of resentment, that coming up into your mind, as Says the Alter Rebbe, heaven forbid. A Beinoni doesn't entertain a feeling like that. Doesn't allow it. Doesn't allow it. Maybe he'll move out. She'll move out, get a different roommate, move to a different place. Maybe she'll give up, say, I'm make a decision, I'm not gonna have coffee at house anymore. I don't like to have these feelings first thing in the morning. So as soon as there arises from the heart to the mind a feeling of anger or resentment, he says here, hatred, chas v'sholom, says the Alter Rebbe, chas v'sholom. These are feelings that they're not good feelings, right? Tracht good. This is not trachting good. This is not thinking good. This is thinking bad. And thinking bad, if thinking good leads to good, thinking bad leads to bad. So the Beinoni who never wants to be bad, never is bad, never allows himself to do anything bad, say anything bad, think anything bad, he doesn't allow the thought in. Doorbell rings, the thought, you open the door, there's this angry thought. So, oh, we don't take here, we don't allow angry thoughts here. Close the door. You close the door. Don't let it in. Or jealousy, that's what you said yesterday, Miriam. What are the three things?
Jealousy, lust, and anger.
Yeah. They will drive you out of the world. If you let these thoughts in, they'll drive you nuts. And not only they'll drive you nuts, they'll destroy your life. I have a friend. I don't know if he's motivated by jealousy or what motivated him. He was a millionaire. He was on top of the world. He had a huge medical practice. I don't know what he did, but the government took him to court. I guess they weren't so happy about the way he did his books. And he fought. I mean, he's gonna fight them, but angry. And he lost. He lost his fight. So I guess he got a big penalty. So what did he do? He didn't want to pay the price. So he ran away. He made false papers and he ran away. He jumped bail, he ran away. And then life was calm, controlled, and he had to come back for a certain reason. He figured, I have new papers, I can do it. They stopped him, they caught him. And since he ran away, so now he was not in a little trouble, now he was in big, big, big trouble. So that's what can happen. If a person is jealous, if you're jealous of somebody else, you never have any peace of mind as long as they have it good. And you can't bear to hear somebody else say not something nice about them. Because you're jealous of them. Or they do something to you, make you suffer some insult, some humiliation. Oh, you're just in time. Oh Hashem, the year's not over yet. We have today and two more, right? Three more classes. Two more classes. So a person bears a grudge. The worst thing, to bear a grudge. It's a negative commandment from the Torah. It's one of the Torah's commandments. Don't pay back and don't bear a grudge. What's the difference between paying back and bearing a grudge? Chanabina, you snuck in quietly. Okay, you with us? What's the difference between paying back and bearing a grudge? Paying back is, Rashi illustrates like this. Can I borrow your car, scooter, bike, whatever? No. Somebody else borrowed it, they broke it, I don't give it out anymore. Next day, the shoe's on the other foot. The guy who said no comes to borrow the scooter from the guy who asked in the first place. Oh, I see you got a scooter now. Now mine got broken. Can I use yours? No, you didn't let me use yours. I'm not going to let you use mine. That's a transgression of the Torah. Don't pay back. What's bearing a grudge? Similar story. Chaim comes to Shimon and says, can I borrow your scooter? And he says, no. Next day, Shimon's scooter is broken. He comes back to Chaim. I see you got a new scooter. Can I use it? I just have to run down to town and come back. He says, sure, you can use it. I'm not like you. You didn't give me your scooter. I'll give you mine. That's called bearing a grudge. That's also a negative commandment of the Torah. It's one of the negative commandments. It's like do not steal, do not commit murder, do not covet your neighbor's thing. These are two negative commandments. So if you have, as soon as you feel that feeling that somebody who did you wrong now comes and asks a favor, how are you going to respond? Of course. Of course. That's my honor and privilege to be able to do this for you, because that way I'm not doing a negative commandment, which is bearing a grudge or paying back in kind. And about paying back in kind, I'm just going to say in a few lines, heaven forbid. That's a negative commandment. Like take out a pistol and shoot. No. Oh, you want to borrow my scooter? Sure. Pow. I hate you. I resent you. A nerve you have asking to it. When I need a scooter, when I needed money to pay my mortgage, you didn't have anything to help me out. And now you come to me to help you? Who do you think you are? That's called bearing a grudge. Okay, I'll give you. No, I'm not going to give you. That's paying back. You see how they're very subtle. It's very subtle. So if a person immediately feels either of these feelings about paying a grudge or resentfulness or hatred or anger, or there are similar feelings like that, go to your psychiatrist right away. But don't let them into your brains. Don't let them into your head. Don't let them into your heart. That's what the Alter Rebbe is telling us here. This is the manifesto of the Beinoni. You can't say, girls, you fell in. You're here in this class now. You can't say, ooh, you don't have, there's the only chair in the place. I guess that was meant for you. What? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, here's a chair, another chair here. Okay, we got one for you. She's gonna bring her own. It's all right. It's all right, it's okay. Danny Hess is on Zoom. Good morning, Danny Hess.
Good morning.
You miss you here. Glad you're on the Zoom. So the person says to these feelings, like the singer of Lynch's, it's all right, it's okay, back in the box. We don't accept, we don't admit these thoughts to our mind. And he refuses to think of them. So you can't say nobody ever warned you. You went through Sunday school, you grew up, you went to the best schools. Nobody told you about these are insidious feelings that everybody has. They're very, very destructive feelings. The sages say jealousy, anger, we talked about two of them, a manifestation of two of them just now, and lust. Lust comes with jealousy. If this guy has this, and I really want to have it too, and now I see some way that I could get it, and I really, really, really must have it, I want it, and I'm thinking the whole time, how can I get it? What do I have to do? So I should be able to get it. And maybe I have to take courses, may have to work on myself, I have to buy clothes that I'll look the part, I have to learn what you say so I can talk the talk, and walk the walk, like they say. You know, work on my character, I'm going to develop myself so I can have this thing that my neighbor has. He's so popular and he has all these nice things that I want to have them too. So it may take a few years till I get them. Baruch Hashem, no, I haven't. But that can drive a person out of the world. My dear friend, like my friend, unfortunately now he's in jail for a long term. A long, long term.
I have a question. What's the difference between jealousy and lust?
Lust, jealousy means I'm jealous that he has it.
Yes.
It means it bothers me that he has it. I can't bear to hear somebody say a nice thing about him. I can't bear to see him knowing that he has something that I don't have. And I can't get it. It really bothers me. It bothers me. It eats me up. Turns me green. You know, I don't know where that expression comes from, but it says jealousy makes a person turn green. L'malus, in a good way, it says in the world to come, if a person doesn't learn as much as he could have learned, and he's going to see his neighbor in the world to come who learned more Torah than he did, or did more mitzvahs than he did, he's going to be green with envy because he's in a holier place. He got to a deeper relationship with Hashem. So that's jealousy in a good way. Jealousy in a good way, here's how it goes. Here's how jealousy works. When you see somebody who has more than you in the material possessions, he has a nicer house, he has a nicer car, he has a house in the country, in the mountains, he has a bungalow in Miami, he has a home in Jerusalem. I don't have any of these things. You're jealous. That's definitely a bad quality because it's going to make you pursue material possessions with all your heart and soul. On the other hand, if you see somebody who davens nicer, who behaves in a more kindly fashion, people like them more because they're really nice. Not because they're glamorous, because they're nice. They make other people feel happy. Or you see that they learn so nice, so they understand with clear clarity. They can learn a Mishnah, a Gemara, a Maimer Hasidus. Wow, you wish you could be like that. So that kind of jealousy is very positive and very good. See, all these things have a positive side and a negative side. It depends where is it coming from, the right side of your heart or the left side of your heart. So you see, like the quality of humility. Okay, humility in spiritual terms is a great quality. Moshe Rabbeinu was the most humble person in the whole world. He thought everybody was better than himself. That doesn't mean he made himself into a doormat that everyone could walk over him. Couldn't walk over him. He was very humble. What was his humility? His humility was he could see the qualities in everybody else. And he would say, I was born from such holy parents, and they gave me, like we learned in chapter 2, such wonderful qualities of character. I got them just by being born. And this person didn't have such parents. And he doesn't have such qualities. If he did, he'd be even much better than me. That was Moshe's attitude. That's humility, okay? In spiritual terms, humility is a very great quality. We have to work on ourselves to have this quality, not to feel superior to anybody else. That's from fire. Feelings of superiority come from the negative quality of fire in the animal soul. Pride, anger. Here she is. We need a chair for you, Danny. Bring it in from across the road. Okay, so that is humility in a positive sense because it's coming from the godly soul. What about humility from the animal soul? In spiritual terms, that prince is very happy where he's at. He doesn't feel any desire to be closer to Hashem. Doesn't feel any desire that he has to improve his davening or his learning. He's happy wherever he is. So a person who's happy with his lot is a great mila in physical terms, So it's a problem in spiritual terms. A person who's happy with his lot says in the ethics of the fathers, who is a rich man? A rich man is someone who's happy with what he's got. He's not driven to have 2 more cars and a bigger home and many, many different places where he could live all over the world and a yacht to take his friends on a cruise. He doesn't need these things. He's happy with his lot. So that's a very positive quality. He can devote himself to serving Hashem. But in spiritual terms, be happy with your lot. Would you like to put on tefillin? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm good.
We should never be satisfied in spirit.
Not in spiritual. To be satisfied with yourself in spiritual terms is a negative quality. So jealousy is good in spiritual terms. You can be jealous of another person's achievements. And this is summed up by the 5th Rebbe of Lubavitch. You should write this down, girls, and live with it. 2 ideas. Number 1, when you see a negative quality in someone else, you see them not nice. This person makes fun of other people. He or she, they have a sharp tongue. They can make a cutting remark, and you cut a person down to size, and everybody laughs except the person that they're laughing at who feels horrible. Not good. You see that in somebody? You have to say to yourself, uh-oh, am I like that? When you see something bad in someone else, your response has to be, uh-oh, if I wasn't like that, Hashem wouldn't make me see it. You know what I'm saying? You see something negative in somebody else, it's in you. If it wasn't in you, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it. Take a little child, put on the child on the floor a toy truck, and some dollar bills, $100 bill. What's he gonna go for? The toy truck. It's much more interesting. Because he doesn't know the value of money. Doesn't know what it is. Similarly, he doesn't see that it's a valuable thing. You see a $100 bill lying on the street. Whoa, I found a $100 bill today. You're very happy. But the child doesn't know what money is, so he doesn't. Similarly, when you see something in somebody that's bad, you have to say, uh-oh, why am I seeing this? It must be that it's in me. I wouldn't know what it is. Like the child doesn't know what a $100 bill is. He doesn't know what money is. A child before 12 or 13 doesn't know what money is all about. Unless they're special. Most children don't. So when you see something negative in someone else, you have to say, uh-oh, Hashem is showing me. You see, people love themselves so much. Yes, dear. Sorry to let you know. We don't want to think about it, but we all are really deeply in love with ourselves. It's called narcissism, right? The person loves himself. And love covers over. When you really love somebody, you don't see their bad qualities because you just love them so much. You don't notice their bad qualities. And you love yourself so much, you don't know your bad qualities. You think that you're okay. Everybody thinks they're okay. How can you ever improve? If you think you're okay, you can't ever improve. You don't know what to work on. So Hashem is so kind. He shows us exactly what we have to work on in our character by showing it to us in somebody else. Life is a mirror. You're really looking at yourself the whole time. You don't like what you're seeing. Fix it in your own heart. And you'll see it'll get fixed in other people too. So that's number 1. When you see something negative in somebody else, fix it in your own heart. It's a sign from heaven that it's in you. There's a teaching from the Gemara. It's a teaching from the Baal Shem Tov. It's a teaching from the Alter Rebbe. Where throughout the centuries, we're coming up against this. And the Rebbe, the 5th, 4th Rebbe, Maharash also says this. One of his students says, what do I take away from here? He says, this is what you have to take away from here. When you see something negative in somebody else, work on yourself because it's in you. But on the other hand, when you see something good in somebody else, That person is so kind. I walked by this guy this morning. He says, oh, this guy, he died, he left 7 orphans, more Meron. Won't you make a donation? Are you going to stop and make a donation? Somebody, yeah, I said, sure. Here. Do you stop? You don't stop? If you see somebody do something good, you recognize that it's good, that's a sign from heaven that you should copy him or her. Be like them. You have a dorm counselor. She's so understanding. All the girls up to talk to her. How come? She's so understanding. So that's a sign to you that you also have to work on this quality to be more understanding. All right. Yeah, who are you? You're the next teacher.
Sure, we'll go with that.
You'll go with that, okay.
What do you want to learn?
In other words, a guy, it was a big conference, a rabbinical conference, and this guy was making a speech. And while he was speaking a long speech. Everybody left in the middle. There was one guy left. He said, wow. He said, you stayed till the end. That's really wonderful. Who are you? He says, I'm the next speaker. Okay, have a good Shabbos, girls.
I don't know how good my class would be, but I can teach something.
You can teach what?
I can teach something. I don't know how good it would be.
I'm sure you have wonderful things to teach everybody here.
Yes.
What's your name?
Malka.
Let's start with that.
I'm Malka Levana.
Malka
Levana.
Levana.
Yeah.
From the famous restaurant?